Okay, it's Thursday, January 6th. It's about 10:40 in the morning. I've already made my trades for the morning, but I was browsing my watch list here and just going through, and I see DoorDash here is exploding to the upside. And then I wanted to, I took a look at it and wanted to see what was going on. And it's really a good example of a couple of things. So I just wanted to make a video just to kind of get it on the record of what you look for when you're looking at opening price action and the strat and some potential opportunities. So obviously here you could see it's exploding up, and you look back and go, how did I miss that one? Why didn't I get in? And now that I look at the context, first of all, you see the weekly chart. It was kind of going inside for a while and we're breaking down to the downside. So I still don't really consider the stock time frame continuity wise in any kind of an uptrend. I mean, the weekly chart's down. The daily chart, if you look at it, was a red bar yesterday. So you expected the lows to be tested, which it was. But here's the thing. Now let's really analyze why this is one. It's a rare opportunity, but it's something to consider. First of all, you're coming down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the first 3 days of the week, where pretty much the high of the week is the first bar is going down 3 bars in a row, and this would be the fourth bar in a row. So that's potential exhaustion just right there alone. Even if you aren't breaking any, we're not really breaking any key pivots down here to reverse higher, but just the exhaustion element, shows that once you're breaking down here, you might not get 4 days in a row and 5 days in a row. So that's step number one. Then you look at the 15-minute chart, which is my key, opening chart, and you can see here, all right, so you're not anywhere above the midpoint yesterday. You opened up green. But look at what happened. Because you closed right on the low, and then I'll go here to this chart, the 5-minute chart. Well, I'll turn it to a 15 because it's the same thing. You're closing on the low, and then you have the overnight price action and pre-market action kind of going sideways. You get your yellow line here. So look what happens at the open. You have your green bar heading up, okay, and you kind of see your resistance point here on the overnight action. I just do a broad, line on that just to see how that aligns with everything. You get the 15-minute bar going up, then you come. So I'm not buying that by any means, because you're below the midpoint of yesterday. It's an overall downtrend. I'm not looking at this stock. But all of a sudden, now for 3 bars, it stays inside. It's holding the close of yesterday, and you can see a breakout of this first bar. And the highs or lows of the day often occur early. So all of a sudden, this breakout here, on this bar is above the first bar high. It's above the overnight high, and you have the early price action pausing and heading higher. So you can enter here aggressively, and then at that point you're monitoring: are you going to get the 50% rule, where you break above the halfway point of the prior day? And once that happens, you're then all of a sudden looking at the potential for a 3-day on the upside. And it looks like we've gotten it. So it's not so much that out of the gates, you're focusing on DoorDash for anything. But when you're browsing the charts and you see this type of thing, the main thing being you have exhaustion on the first 3 days of the week. That's the only reason I would consider an aggressive buy trade in an overall time frame continuity, down kind of situation. So I just thought I'd point that out. It's a rare occurrence. And that's why I kind of like to view how these 5 days of the week relate to the weekly bar that's forming, and the prior week, the prior weekly bar. So when you have a down, you had a red bar inside action here yesterday. Yeah, I'm expecting it to break down for sure. And they were probably great short trades here if I want to go back on the chart and look at it. But after 4 days now, I don't expect 4 red days in a row, 5. It's possible. And if it would have went down big today, then you would have seen opening price action, kind of maybe start up, fail at this high, and then start lower on the day. So that didn't happen, and that's why it's kind of the opening price action, which leads you to the fact that you might have exhaustion here on the daily chart, even in an overall downtrend. So just thought I'd point that out. And DoorDash is one of a few stocks that did this today, and you can see here there's some when it's ready to break higher, there's definitely some potential for it to rally strongly, given all the sellers here who are starting to get trapped. So anyway, just thought I'd point that out as kind of an example video. using opening price action and the strat.